Yes, the original challenge I put out, the original Strike Freedom is still in play, but I'm not going to keep using it. The challenge on that one. This is me reattempting a 90 a challenge I put out, and I still is going to be building a city from the ground up, obtaining and maintaining or above 90%. This is just going to be starting this out from the beginning again. Just basically try and give it a little of a cleaner feel. And because I can already tell that the original Strike Freedom City is no longer in any chance of being agreeable at the moment. So, gonna definitely see that have to be changed up a bit. So we'll see how this goes. And there we go. So, yeah. Let's try this one more time. From the top. We're gonna actually try this a little bit of a different method here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and sink this one down. Right, this one here. Now, some of you are wondering, why did I sink that first roundabout? Well, it'll become apparent later on. So, we'll go ahead and get to our medium roads connections. Upgrade. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's load that one up. Let's try that from the top one more time. Yep, that was an oops. Well, Mr. Amon 2K, not from that perspective. More or less I've done a lot of watching, like, Biffa on YouTube, Fixing Cities, Move the Mouse on YouTube has a very good how-to as well. How-to series on how to do some of the things. But I am just a regular average Joe player. I'm just one of those guys that just kind of put the challenge out there because I've seen it. I've seen a lot of these guys really don't seem to pay too much attention to their traffic, at least on their streams or their recorded episodes. So also a lot of times, like I know with Biffa, he has a lot of mods and tools like Traffic Manager and Move It and things like that. So this is basically more of a, if you were on console, if you didn't have a not a whole very long. Probably coming up on a week. Also, I have put a lot of hours in on some of this, or what feels like a lot of hours anyway. But just out of curiosity, why are you asking? well, what kind of problems are you having? Are you having, like, traffic's just backing up everywhere, or is it just not where you want it? Like I know, like I said, I've seen a guy on YouTube, Biffa. He actually will. Well, like you've seen, like I have on this one, I've got a roundabout that I've enlarged with medium roads, and that was actually by intention. Because when you build a roundabout initially, like down here, this one I've got buried, it's a one-way. It's a two-lane, one-way road. So it forces the traffic to go around. Why I take this to a four-lane road, so the traffic can go either way, especially right here at the highway. Now as I go on, I will end up being probably move these up into six, and this buried roundabout will come into play as well on that. So partially just as a way to kind of move the traffic around, so it comes in really through here and goes out through here, but also, especially like my industry, will probably be forced down into here, come out dedicated in here, and we'll have a dedicated, well, in theory, we'll have a dedicated route in through here. At least that's in theory. So, you can actually submit your city to Biffa on YouTube. He has a pinned comment that explains how you can do that, and he will fix your traffic. You're having trouble with industry or power, he'll actually go ahead and take a look at it and see what he can do for you. And before I get too out of control, I need to just now lay down my power. So we'll lay that down. Pumping station. Now get the pipes involved. This is going to be the most expensive part of the build. $80,000 people in your city. Woo! That's a lot of people. Best advice, well, honestly, novice advice I could give you on traffic would be look at your info views and look at your actual traffic, because as you can see I have 0 average traffic flow, but I also don't have any heavy traffic. So definitely look where your heavy traffic is at and see, okay, well, my heavy traffic is in my way in. What can I do to adjust it? Like I said, I've got this here as a roundabout I put in from the get-go to kind of just let my traffic come through. And no, we don't want large roads. 63%. like I said, you could always get a hold of submit your city to Biffa on YouTube. Check out one of his videos. Check the description. He's got a link. You have a pinned comment there. You can look at to have an idea what you would need to do to submit your city to him for attempting to fix the traffic. What I'm gonna say as far as traffic is concerned, though, is kind of know where your traffic is coming from and where it's going. The more you know that, the more you can kind of have an idea of what you need to do to fix it. It is actually not this city, obviously, but I would have to get this set up, and which that's good enough for that. So let's actually go ahead and save this in the empty slot and load up a city. I believe my largest city is... I may have actually deleted the largest city I've ever had. But yeah, Shikai is like 55,000 here. Load this up just for your viewing pleasure. And yeah, this is kind of taken away from what the stream was intended for. But pause, info views. What's my traffic looking like? 89% at 55,000. So not too far behind you on your city. And like I said, coming into the main city, I have a roundabout here coming off of the highway. Bringing my highway over here, and then no worries. But this is why I have kind of put the challenge out there for any builders, especially guys like Biffa who fix city and do traffic fixes, and Move the Mouse who's done how to and does live streams as well. As put the challenge out there to get and maintain 90% traffic, because I've almost got it with this city, and that's at 55,000. So it's kind of a mess, obviously. But this is kind of the reason why I'm putting the challenge out there. Is because even at 55,000, I'm a novice builder. I haven't spent years or years or weeks playing the game, and I can still get 89% traffic flow. Sure, it's probably not the most efficient way of doing it in some cases, but it works. 89%. I would love to see someone top that. 90%, 95%. I would love to see someone try and pull off 98%. But yeah. So we're going back to Strike Freedom number 2. But yeah, that is the reason for the challenge. Is because I know it's possible. It might take a while. It might take some serious micromanaging of the city, but it can be done. It just, like I said, it takes a while. Go for it. I have no problem with that. You can always find me on YouTube through these streams. So Sin City. All right. So yeah, like I said, this is just gonna be one of those things where you're gonna have, you know what, that's actually gonna cause, I can already tell it's gonna cause problems, so we're just gonna get rid of that. And we're actually gonna alright, I will answer your friend request, Sin City, a little bit later. But let's go ahead and get this city built, ready to rumble. So I will go ahead, I will leave. I normally fill these in, but I'll go ahead and leave these blank for the time being, just because of I can already see the traffic error I'm making there. So we've got that, and now let's drop in industry, which is going to be a big polluter. So that's why it is segregated like this. Yeah, that's probably something even you've seen. Yeah, I saw that, so thank you. So now we've built it. Now we wait for them to come. So already got residential already building up right near the power line, so that really is going to help. A lot of my low residential, I try to keep 2 lanes unless I know I'm starting to get a lot more traffic through there. Mainly because more area means you have more traffic. So that is one thing to consider with your traffic. Are you dealing with are you using a lot of one-way roads? Are you using a lot of two? Are you using them? Are you like high density, even residential? I would automatically use a 4-lane road, just because of the amount of traffic high density is going to be taking. Industry automatically gets 4 lanes and gets upgraded to 6 lanes. And then I start looking for ways to take my industry area and bear it and jump it straight on the highway, so it doesn't even have to go through town. Commercial is going to be automatically 4 lanes, possibly in any points where I have coming onto the highway as I expand will be 6 lanes. Oh, up here in the north, actually that's going to be where I'm going to have my residential building, because I'm going to go over here where the train is and where that more highway access is, without having to be right on top of my main access in and out of the highway for the town. So I can dump my industry onto the rails, I can dump my industry onto further down the line on the highway. You do have a point there, but like I said, I'm going to build my residential over this way. I'm going to build over here and build my residential even over here. I'm going to then make especially once I have districts, I'm going to make a no heavy traffic ban, so I can just people drive to work, drive back, drive to, drive from. And it's going to be pretty isolated away from the highway. But I'm going to keep going, like I said, I'm going to keep going towards that railway. So, and as we've got this going, now let's see. Alright, so let's look at info views and look at the electrical flow. So I can almost cut away almost all that annoying stuff right there. So I am running out of residential, so I will need to definitely expand that a little bit here soon. And there we go. Yeah, this is probably not the best view for YouTube because I'm going in day cycle. But there we go. So now I've got roads, small roads, and yeah, now I'm on money issues, so yeah. I might have to zone some of this as residential just to kind of have enough to get past here. Oh, zoning. I see I missed a spot. Well, then I have to ask the question, then. I'm on 2K. Are those two lanes near like high residential, high density, or where a lot of traffic is coming through? Because if it is, you might want to upgrade those two ways with 4 ways. So I don't believe I've spun out enough residential here, because I am slowly gaining money, but not going to be enough to really maintain my industry here for very long, or maintain my growth for very long. Still will get the first the PS4 milestone of 440, which will give me a nice little bit of money. I have to have garbage, healthcare, and education, loans, taxes, and the buildings associated with the original services. So then we obviously have our next one, which is this one, which adds fire, police, which makes life a little more complicated. And so then we start getting deeper in. You said density residential, so I'm assuming high density. So what you're definitely going to want, yeah, 4-lane road is definitely good for high density. Depending on how quickly it fills up and how much traffic you have going through there, you know, buses and taxis and things like that, you might want to consider even looking at moving those 4 ways up to those 4 lanes into a 6-lane road. So you guys want, as you add like services like buses, taxis, trams, those do add traffic. So it can be a little on the difficult side. I guess I'll just have to, for now, and de-zone it later. Once I've got a place for it to expand to. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to... This is how I always usually build it, actually. So right now I'm just trying to get that mile marker, which is a little easier said than done. I may have spent a little too much money here with these roads, so that might come back to bite me in the butt here. So definitely getting towards that all-important 0 mark on the income. Now I just gotta make that happen. So I will actually get a positive income before I hit 440 population because of that. So that will make life interesting. So yeah, probably spending that money on that currently buried yeah, this guy is buried right now. Where this will come into play later, but we shall work on that once I get there. So now I've got the positive income, and I'm still not at 440 population, so now I've just got to get positive money in the bank, and we are good to go. So come on, let that happiness keep coming. Come on, come on, hang in there, just a little bit more. And here comes the rain, of course. Yeah, I plan to. if I ever get to a point where I can actually do share plays, I'd be more than happy to play with you and see if I can help you with some of your traffic problems. Come on. Anytime, dude. Like I said, just be advised of where your traffic is and what they're trying to do, and upgrade or adjust your roads as necessary, boss. Yes, game, I know I need to build more. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to do that with. Now, without risking... Now, without taking out some of this commercial here. Abandoned buildings. Okay. First abandoned building already. Yay. But... yeah, the 55,000 in this population city, and I'm at 98%. And I know I have some serious traffic problems. I'm still trying to figure out how I would go about fixing. But we are slowly getting more people in. That actually looks really good on the road, so I don't know why, it just does. Luckily, so yeah, that's the problem, is treasury is currently 0. Or actually less than 0, so I gotta get it positive make before I can do anything else. For you guys all watching. But yeah, alright, that's one other thing I need to do. Intersections. And turn off all these stupid lights. Things we don't need, things we don't want. That. So one more, come on, give me one more population, come on. One more population, I need one more person to hit the milestone, come on. You know what? There we go, finally. So, first things first, we're gonna build a medium road. And we're going to also, first we're gonna do all that, go into the economy. Everything is gonna go to 12% taxes. Leave the budget alone. We're gonna take that loan because we're going to plan out how to expand Alright, so there we go. There is where my expansion is going to start. And we'll go back to the roundabout. We will not bury this one. We will kind of build this one straight on. it up. We're not going to build that way. We are still going to go ahead and build this. We're going to go ahead and leave this one as a one-way roads. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and switch over to our small roads, and we're going to continue to extend them off of there. Two big blocks here. Line this one up. I'm probably having too many intersections near each other, and that's probably true. But I'm not too worried about it yet. Only because I know I'm going to have a crap ton of annoying stuff going on, so we're going to have to extend this out to here, because I know I'm going to need that. Electricity availability is still, most of our electricity is still available. Good. So before I go ahead and extend this out too far, I'll go ahead and do that. That. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. So that will cover us entirely on this section. So I do have a raging need for residential. So let's go ahead and fulfill that need. Huh. Okay, ooh. That's not good. We gotta reconnect that. And, ooh, yep. Definitely gonna need to set up landfill. Set that over here real fast. Healthcare, we're gonna go ahead and have to see how this expansion goes first. So getting rid of the track, getting rid of that. So getting back on track with a very nicely done, I hope. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those things that I don't normally do. I wouldn't normally leave that as a one-way street, or two lane like that. That is asking, I think, in some ways, asking for trouble as we expand and get more traffic coming through there. This is easily expandable though, so that's not a problem. Not too much of a problem. So we're getting a demand for commercial and residential, so we go over here to our medium roads, and we are going to start expanding that out. So bring that, kind of finish that off. We'll go ahead and put this here, and we'll put that all the way against the city limits. Go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and spread the water around real quick as well. So bring it down, bring it all over, or at least extension, bring it all the way over to where we will continue to expand our commercial. So, yep. I don't have any healthcare or education going right now, so that's probably not a good sign for most folks. Go ahead and we'll shrink this back down. We'll extend that pipe out later on. First thing, I just need to get this covered so I can get this commercial and industrial needs met. So we go ahead and bring this all the way up and connect it. Now, yeah, that might seem a little wasteful in cities, but make sure you always have, you can always connect the, make sure that you're sitting at a 90-degree angle, so you've got nice even lines. Not to mention you can also, if your pipe breaks somewhere, you can break it down and you have another that you can put in as a replacement line very quickly, very easily. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to flush. And already we are at 900 population already. So we're going to go ahead and drop the industrial in here. So we're going to go ahead and pause the game. Go to our economy tab, we're going to pay that off and we're going to take both loans. We actually end up with more. So yeah, right here I already have $84,000. And I just basically paid off the loan I started with, and then I just yeah, that's kind of ugly looking, but that's me. So now just to kind of shift it around just a hair, as I have the cash, let's go ahead and drop in this bad boy right here. So yeah, drop it right about there. That is going to go off into nowhere, so we're not going to have that. We're going to go to our medium roads, upgrade tool, and we're going to get rid of this one-way for one. And because we're dealing with commercial and possibly even some industry going through there, we're going to keep it all. We're going to make it all forward. Boom. And this is where you could probably do some one-way roads to kind of control your traffic a little bit, if you were of that mindset. I'm actually not going to worry too much just yet, because I know this is early game. Let's go ahead and spread the water out some more. So we'll go ahead and expand that line out here. Bring it. It might seem kind of silly to put a water and sewage pipe directly into the water, especially what happens if it breaks and it now affects your fresh water supply. But now we've got that coverage. We're gonna go ahead and do some zoning, and we're gonna do this as zone this as all commercial, yos. Our commercial district is really gonna just kind of take off here for a sec. I don't have a whole lot of industrial demand right now, that's the thing. So I will be setting some policies before I get too much further. But I just want to get this heavily zoned for that, and then we're just going to throw the industry kind of in there for now. We're going to go looking at healthcare. Going to have to drop a second clinic in here right off the bat just to cover this neighborhood. Now the question is, will I have to do the same with... Yes, I will, apparently. So it's a good thing I have those loans and things going on right now, so we're going to go ahead and drop that in there to get the education going. We're going to drop a police station in here. And we're going to also drop a firehouse, because regardless what you do, you're always going to have fire, and this neighborhood is probably going to need its own eventually, once I have the money for that. So there is that. And before I start time again, let's look at all of our intersections, make sure we don't have any traffic lights on. That's the main thing I don't want, is any traffic lights coming on. Right now, so boom and boom. So let's go ahead and start this back up. Let's see what traffic looks like, because I'm going to probably take a hit because of having the school and healthcare clinic over here for just this neighborhood. So that's going to really eat into the budget, eat into my monies. So now I am just not making any money, so I'm going to wait for that to kind of start kicking in again. Now, how can I get the positive? If I have to mess with the budget, I will. But let's just see what happens when this commercial demand gets filled. So we are actually coming back up, so I will dip into the negative monies, but I will be turning back around very quickly. So, oh yeah. %, yeah, I'm gonna have to end up dropping another one here pretty soon, I think, just because I know it's gonna get, I want to keep that storage capacity up there. Yeah, 8 million units is a lot of trash. And actually, yes, speaking of that, can't do any of that, can't do any of that. So let's just watch that power usage, because it will be a little harder to upgrade that power without the So, as I'm sitting here, now staring at an increasing negative policy. Ooh. So yeah, let's go back into policies. So we'll just keep the fire smoke detectors just to try and keep the... Man, I guess I can't do any policies right now. So I am starting now well in the zero and gonna have to build my way back out again. So we are on 3 times speed. And if you guys like this or want to see more things like this, feel free to leave me a like, comment, make a challenge video. You know, let me know what you guys think. And not just by, you know, by the comments on the video, but also on the, you know, making your own video and challenging me to try and top something, you know? So let's go ahead and look at traffic. We are at 95%. Ah, that is one player I did not go over with that. Alright, Mr. Den J, and unfortunately I can't see who was there with you on that one, so. Okay, so we've got that. We are now still waiting on positive. Building has leveled up. Good. I can't promise a consistent schedule, just because, you know, real life just has to be real life. And I do work a couple of 3 days, 10-hour shifts, so like from 11:30 at night till, and that's that park traffic is going to cause way too much disruption. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. And I could probably go ahead and do this as a one-way if I really wanted to. I'm just not going to right this second. So go ahead and get that zoning in there back like it was. Full coverage. So now we are still needing more of that. And we are not expanding much into the commercial and industrial as I thought we would. So that's fine. The zoning is there when I need it. So we'll go ahead and we will build some 2-lane roads. And we will go straight tool. And just bring it straight out. 2 units. And go up to here. Once I have the cash, I can then make that one. And then I can of course, now I'm in the negative on the income, so go figure. But that is coming back down. Going back into the positive, so I just gotta get that completely turned around. But yeah, like I said, if you guys really like this, go ahead and leave a like, you know, make a comment on the video. Anything I see in the chat, on the broadcast chat, I'm not probably going to be able to see again without bringing it up. And my internet connection is already not high enough for share play, so if I bring up YouTube and something else, it's probably going to slow things down and make things really hard to see. Really hard to follow along. But, for those of you wondering, yeah, this is intended as a challenge for anyone wanting to see, okay, new service, you know, unique buildings. I don't have a need for those yet. Not to mention I don't have the money for those, and I have no money, no need. And there we go. There's that first fire. Alright, so almost there. And... come on. There we go. Now I'll get the $800 and I will then max this out. And I will not go ahead and I will not leave this like this. I will probably go ahead and start crisscrossing just to kind of break up the pattern, break up the grid a little bit. But, yes, I know there's a new piece of land, but I don't want a new piece of land yet. I want to stack those up so I can kind of do a big expansion all at once. So, not to mention that's a big expensive money. The only one I would probably want to buy right now is right next to my industry to be able to start expanding that out. Since I do have a lot of area here I can cover. Yeah, well, give me a sec to... okay, so that did burn down. Okay, let's see, just see... what's my... fire department coverage? Yeah, they should have had that covered. Why they didn't, I don't know. So, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put this across to here. We'll probably end up... the next section we'll start off with probably another roundabout to try and kind of keep the traffic moving as they're going through the area. And then make that up a little more mechanically. So we got that. Got that. So now we're really starting to really kind of grow that. But yeah, I've not really seen a lot of expansion yet on the right now. Let me just go over this with a fine-tooth comb on the intersections. And yeah, water, whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Let me fix that for you real quick. And there's our already reaching another milestone already here on PlayStation 4. So that covers my water problem that I was having. So now I could drop in a high school. What I really need to do is I need to drop in a fire department in here. Before we get a fire over here. So go ahead and drop that in to this corner. So that deals with that problem. And I probably need to do a fire department over here just because... well, let's see, that place did burn down and it shouldn't have, so... go ahead and get that. Look at our police. And we'll go ahead and put police over here as well once we have the cash for it. And we're starting to see this rise in residential need, or demand again, which we can already easily cover here. And then we have our industrial that is over here. They can start growing a little bit. As well as our commercial, so we're going to be doing just fine on that. So yeah. Yeah, this is just being done as a rebuild of a restart of a challenge. So let's go ahead and start over here. Yeah, we're gonna do like that. We're going to also then try and upgrade that with the median roads. that way anyway, any traffic someone needs to go, they can go. If I need to change it to one ways, I'll change it to one ways later. But since we'll have a lot of residential traffic through, I'll just go ahead and upgrade all these. Or not some one ways, but start bringing the civilization back this way. Kind of just back towards the river. I may even try and keep my high residential over here. So yeah, just had to expand enough out that way. Yeah, I can now build canals. Yeah, whoopie-doo, right? Like, who cares about canals, right? I mean, they're good. If you know you're going to be doing some terraforming that would otherwise cause you some troubles with flooding. I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, that's going to be creating some more, and that's probably a supply problem more than that is probably more of a supply problem than it is an actual oh we're not connected problem. So like I said, that's really what we're kind of just working on here. Just kind of spreading them out. So that is going to be one of those things where I finish doing that. I will just go ahead and spread some water out here. So I can start expanding that out real quick, and then I will address the power issue that we've got going on. Which, as I said, is probably more of a supply thing than it is anything else. So, short term, I'll deal with that via the budget, and then I will need to start focusing on getting money together for another power plant. So, now I'm going to finish getting that taken care of until I apparently go into the budget. Can't pay that off yet, and run the power. I will run the power all the way up to 150%. I will drop in 2 power plants, hopefully by the time that I will bring that back down, and that will definitely address the power issue for a good while. Probably a little wasteful, but I'm a little more worried about making sure that I have power and I'm not constantly fighting you know, always having to bring it back up and bring it back up and bring it back up and bring it back up. No, we're not doing that. What we are going to do is we're going to crank it all the way up, and as soon as we get at least 2 power plants in, we back it back down. At least the current power plant we have access to in any case. So this will be probably just see how this works out. So thanks for those that decided to follow me. Like I said, please go ahead and leave a comment. Leave a comment or just about really anything. You want to just say, you know, well, you absolutely stink at traffic and whatnot. Which, probably to a degree, I do. So while that is building, we will go ahead and cover this with residential. And we'll go ahead and fill that up, and we will get the water out there as fast as we can. That's our coverage there. And yeah, this is now just that. And those of you who are wondering, hello, Mr. Studios. How's it going? So I'm sure you signed on the book. This is just kind of a reboot because the previous Strike Freedom, which I still have, just I'm gonna have to work offline and away from the challenge, is gonna be. It's still there and it's going pretty well. But right now let's look at traffic, so I haven't looked at that in too long. 94%. And yes, Mr. Studios, that is a buried small roundabout. For a moment. Put that in as part of the game, as part of the initial startup. So, just really gonna see how this goes. Because I'm eventually gonna probably see if I can get that to work as a no. Get this here, that's right. Okay, so since I did upgrade those to not yet. I will be connecting that later on. As kind of a second access point to the highway. In and out the highway for mainly industry. But yes, that is a it's not connected yet. It will be as I build up. It's there more or less just so I have it ready to go. Because when I do connect it, which actually, you know what? I might as well go ahead and connect it right now while I'm thinking about it. So true. And I'll probably upgrade to a ramp here once I get the highway unlocked, but for now that's going to just be to make sure it's connected out. So this is a fresh start kind of thing. The original challenge city I had going, Strike Freedom, kind of got really out of control. You could probably just go back through my channel and see some of those, yeah. My goal is to really kind of avoid doing any kind of stop signs or traffic lights just yet. I really want to try and see what I can do with this. Just kind of, yes, I know there's a new piece of land available. I don't want it yet. So, and there we go. And that will be. Yeah, I know. And I'm just. Actually, I have no commercial demand, and I have industrial demand, which I've got that all mapped out right now. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, but then I don't get any achievements, and I'm trying to really get those achievements. right now. And this might seem a little ass backwards, but I do have a little bit of industrial I need to start expanding out. I don't want to turn on infinite money, just like I said, just because I don't want to do lose out on any achievements, because I have not actually completely beaten the game yet. So yeah, we'll just give that some space there to expand. I will keep that in mind. And that is kind of the plan, to add another wave over, but right now, the only way I have over right now is into my residentials. Okay, yeah, so now even that's going to cause a problem, and I have maximized my power output. So, loans. I cannot pay anything yet. As soon as I can, I need to. So let's zone this as industrial. I won't zone over here where these are at because of where they are in proximity to the highway. But yes, I need to build up some cash, pay off at least one loan, which will probably be this one, take it out, drop in a new power plant, because I've already maxed out my budget. So that's going to make life very, very interesting here in a minute. True, but I do kind of stick with stuff that's a little more reliable, because wind, you have to find the right space. Solar really only works during the day, so I need something that will work kind of day or night, so that's why I stick with the power plants. Alright, so come on. So a little bit more. Pay now, take that. Hit that coal power plant. There we go. Yeah, I throw force some people out. Yeah, I know. And let's go ahead and look at the budget. Yeah, the budget is day and night is 150% right now. So let's go ahead and yes, you need water, don't you? Is there literally like a quick small section that's covered? Okay, so yeah, there was apparently a micro section in there I just missed. Okay. Yeah, believe me, I know. But I can't really expand too much or too fast yet. So I need to look at my education. Need to drop that in, but I am not worried about that just yet. So my eligibility is going up. So this I will need to drop in probably 2 or 3 of these, or probably 2 of these just off the bat, just to try and start filling in that hole we've got going on here. And I just don't have enough money. So yeah, I'm gonna keep spinning off these guys down here. through. Connect that through once the money comes in. Okay, weird. Did not expect that to happen. So I'm kind of getting some lost space there. I'll probably expand some commercial out here shortly. Not a whole lot, but definitely some more than I have been in the past. So again, yeah, that will probably help traffic too. So we're going to run into a availability issue very quickly. Okay. So we'll definitely meet this trying to meet this residential demand here. Drop that in. I will probably drop a shopping center over here, or maybe even over here. Right. But if I do drop the shopping center, I will probably have a connection over here to them over to industry, so they can easily transfer over. But there will be a no heavy traffic ban in this area. I don't want no heavy traffic clogging up my little itty bitty roads. Which, looking at traffic, we are at 95%. So the biggest flow issue is right here, so let's find out why. So no lights, just crazy traffic. Okay, so stop that. We don't need light. We do not need lights right now. And I need to start dropping the parks themselves. So I will turn on Parks and Recreations policy just to policies recycling. Get rid of that, fire that. Yeah, that just called me a little crazy there. Alright, so now I just need to start saving up some cash and drop that in. So, economy. Let's see if we can drop the budget down 100 from 150 down to 100% all over the board. Let's see. Righty. Taxes are there. Budget's there. Info view. Okay. Some breathing space. Yeah, I hear you on that one. That will probably be something I will do as I fix this up. So actually going I will get rid of that for now. Now it's why it should be red there, especially if they're just going through. Unless it's just because all that wonky lane changing they're doing. So, because I see it already lighting up, so that might be part of it too. So, traffic is at 93%, and I am starting to see some of that. So. So yeah, definitely that. So you need some educated workers. So, but I need that for the. I need the. Okay, I can't pay any loans or anything off, so I can just drop money and pick up money for a high school, which is what the next thing I really need. So, considering this has already gone on for an hour, basically 20 minutes, I will probably have to be dropping this off right now. Probably won't pick it up till I do the next stream for the challenge. I really don't see a reason to do this offline. I have other things I can work on offline if I really want to. Test out some stuff. But while you are here, Mr. Studios, go ahead and save that. Show you something I did with the original Strike Freedom Town. Because you'll probably look at me like, why did he do this? And traffic really just kind of got out of control, and I think part of it was, like you mentioned earlier, having pretty much. Let's go ahead and look at just the. So yeah, that's all residential, low density, and there's all high density, and then there's the commercial, and yeah, that didn't work out quite like I planned. And this probably goes back to what you said. You know, I probably shouldn't have put the industry here. I should have put the residentials here. I should have put some residential over here. Like one whole side would have been commercial, one whole side would have been residential. Probably would have been a better deal. But basically, what I ended up wanting to show you is kind of what I built. And you'll probably look at me like, why did he do this? This is a large roundabout, small roundabout, a large roundabout, stacked kind of on top of each other to kind of do a kind of a clover leaf, and it looks ugly as sin, I know that. But, yeah, the idea was you came in, you wanted to go over, if you wanted to go through, you just went up, over, kept on going. If you wanted to go into town, you just go over here or here, come in, and if you were, and that's probably where I screwed up on this one, is I didn't get the directions correct very well for this, and too much junctions going on. But this should have been coming across here. That bottom one probably should have just been coming out for anyone who just want to come across. But that would have been my initial, should have been my initial thought process, is the bottom one goes crosswise from this residential to the commercial. You got the middle one that handles traffic coming this way. The top one handles traffic that wants to just go around. But that works a lot better, looks a lot better than what I built over here for my the industrial side of this. So yeah, I'm sure you can probably see why that was a bad idea. I mean, it works in principle. It works like a cloverleaf, but it's a very messy looking cloverleaf, and it's also not exactly a very successful one at that, unfortunately. We do have a couple of underground routes that come in. Hey, no problem. Stay safe, dude. So yeah, like I said, this is just gonna be that is that for this. So I will see you guys next time.